Hello and good morning from Hong Kong. My name is Tom, and you are watching Global Sources live now. I have grave tidings. I must begin this live stream with an apology, and that is because although we do have automotive sourcing related video content for you today, what we don't have, sadly, and I'm very sorry about this, is the live panel discussion. Basically, one of our guest suppliers had an emergency circumstance arise at the last minute that meant they couldn't participate. This happened just yesterday. And so that makes it really too late to kind of recruit other guests as well. So I did get in touch with the remaining guest supplier and we discussed what to do. Should we go ahead with a one-on-one kind of interview, which would be pretty good, although not as good. So we talked about that, and the decision that was arrived at was that we will postpone. So this is not a cancellation; it's a postponement. Postpone the panel discussion until we can get more than one guest onto the show, because as that guest, because I'm not naming names, I don't want to assign blame here. As that guest pointed out, the real strength of the format is when the suppliers from different perspectives, different parts of the industry, automotive in this case, is when they're able to compare and contrast their experiences and have those discussions. So it was decided that a great discussion later is better than a reasonably good one right now. So sorry about that. Do stay tuned. We'll rearrange that discussion sometime in the near future. Keep subscribed to Global Sources on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn or wherever you're watching this, and then that's how you'll find out about when we do reschedule that. But right now, I do still have some things to show you because, of course, we have the live component of our Sourcing Tool broadcasts, but we also get videos sent in by suppliers who are unable to join the actual live bit, but they still want to share, what they have going on. And yeah, we have, I think, 7 videos from a range of suppliers who are sort of in and around the automotive sector. And so what you'll see is a bit of a selection of, well, there are sort of two bits really. One is this bit that is for the supplier, is promotional, showing off their products and what they are able to do. But for you, the buyer, is also educational. That's showing you what the possibilities are, what are the things you could be sourcing, and giving you a kind of realistic expectation of the facilities that are available. So that's good. And then also many of these, most of them even, I would say, give you a behind the scenes look at the production line, and you can see the process by which, for example, what do we got? Lights, motor scooters, and so on are made, which is, I think, pretty interesting. And of course, it's good to see that these suppliers are the real deal. If you would like to get in touch with any of the suppliers you see today, by the way, there should be links in the description. If not, simply make a note of their name and head over to globalsources.com and stick that into the search box on the website. You'll get to their supplier profile pretty quickly. But enough of me doing the intro. Let's get to the action. So the first, let's see, our first video is from Jointech, who have, they are the designers and makers of a sophisticated mobile asset tracking system, which I would struggle to begin to describe to you or explain to you. But fortunately, I don't have to because they have a video that will do just that. So now let's take a look at Jointech, and they'll tell you everything that you need to know.
Today, the world sees continual and extensive development in economic globalization and global exchange, with increasingly quick global flow of mobile asset. Since customers are more concerned about information management and asset safety, in order to meet their demand for global mobile asset management, Shenzhen Joint Technology Company Limited, based on extensive field surveys and investigations, adopts Internet of Things technologies and builds a global mobile asset management platform for various entities. Global Connector is ideal for the management of assets and compartments such as China-Europe freight train, containers for multimodal transport and cross-border shipping, and transshipment containers. Founded in 2006, Shenzhen Joint Technology Company Limited, a national high-tech company featuring strong capacity in independent research and development, sets a goal to become a global leader among mobile asset monitoring and management solution providers. Firstly, with an international vision, we cooperate with lots of overseas customers, which puts us in a position to face new scenarios, meet new demands, and keep improving our technical strength so as to meet rigid requirements from these global customers. In turn, our products become more reliable since they have been verified by customers from different countries. Secondly, at home, we actively seek close cooperation with top universities, included in double first-class initiative and research institutions, in a bid to develop new technologies and talents in a sustainable way. Our research and development strength are now among the top on such areas as artificial intelligence, spatial geography, low-orbit satellites, Internet of Things edge computing. Joint Technology's mobile asset management platform allows all parties along the supply chain to locate their asset and be informed of asset storage status and surrounding environment conditions, personally set events of focus, receive alerts in case of incidents, verify identity of asset recipients, and ensure asset safety during transit. Under the leadership of Chairman Chen Junyan, the company has acquired 40 software copyrights, 9 invention patents, 6 utility model patents, and 4 design patents, with a firm hand on relevant core technologies. Joint Technology always focus on 2 things, sustainable development and talent cultivation. To do so, we work with high-end customer to build a name in product, system, and service, and gain competitiveness at home and abroad. We keep learning new technologies and fostering talents in high-tech field so as to maintain vigor in operation. This is the business philosophy they live by. The cooperation with high-end customers will, in the future, help the company grow in core competitiveness, build a good image and reputation for reliability and high performance on global market, and provide more value-added service to customers.
Jointech there with their mobile asset tracking system and, of course, a pretty good encomium about their corporate capabilities. Now, next up, we have ED Opto Electrical. Have I got that right? Yeah, pretty much. And as you can imagine from the name, they make lights and lamps and so on. So, of course, that's a key component, and not only for the initial manufacture of vehicles, be they electric or ICE based, but of course, replacement parts are vital, and lights are often part of that. So let's go check out their demo video. Now, this one does not have a voiceover. It's a sort of behind the scenes looking at their production line, and you can see their manufacturing and testing facilities and so on. And yeah, let's go to that now. ED Optoelectrical there for you with a nicely musical look at how they make and test and ship their products. Next up, if you are a fan of retro-styled motor scooters, you're in luck because our next supplier video comes from Janen Motor. Now, a bit of clarification on the name there, by the way. So that's J-N-E-N. So I think it's pronounced Janen when you say it like that. But that's the brand, and then the company behind it is called Junong, which I think translates as great capability, which is a pretty good name for a manufacturer. And yeah, we have a bit of production line footage coming up, and the voiceover will explain what they make and how, and indeed perhaps why. Let's take a look.
This is the only fact: change is eternal. The only unchanging rule in the world is that everything is changing. The intense pursuit of the unknown and the burst of profound insight drive us unceasingly forward. From the beginnings of innovation to standardized manufacturing, we are firmly convinced that the key to development is to conceive, design, and fully digitalize our business and production processes. To produce new products and manufacturing processes that are adapted to the sustainable economic environment of the future, we're enhancing the competitiveness and sustainability of our business. We are committed to building a cycling product ecosystem with innovative experiences. Based on imagination, expertise, and technology. We knit the aspects of supply chain, product manufacturing, and sales operations closely together. That's who we are, China Junong. It frees up more time and space for innovation through cost and efficiency improvements to achieve higher quality customer service. In the era of Industry 4.0 and high-tech manufacturing, such emerging technologies as AI intelligence, the Internet of Things, cloud computing are disruptively transforming the way production used to be done. This marks a major change in the way we manufacture and even interact with our customers. Junong is well prepared for this. Changes come along opportunities. Junong keeps closely paced with customers and acting on international convention, which can empower teams in global collaboration, all for the sake of customers. With experience accumulated, we possess hundreds of expertise in related disciplines and excellent frontline workers. As the technology developed, we wandered in the age of technology, absorbed new knowledge, and striven to achieve self-innovation. Starting from the strict internal control of the factory, Junong pursues the quality principle of reliability priority. No matter in the process of design or development, or superior raw material and delivery, Junong unyieldingly provides superb products for customers worldwide with its profession and dedication.
The retro scooters of J&M Motors there. I don't know about you, I'm always slightly in awe of those very kind of technical craftsman-y skills that you see in videos like this. You know, the guy hand sculpting a prototype at the end, or just all those kind of hidden, very specialized skills that you need to assemble these kind of things that, you know, you see these objects or vehicles around you, but you maybe don't think about it so much. So yeah, lovely look behind the scenes there. Let's see what's next on our list. Okay, so, well, every vehicle from EVs, such as battery electric vehicles or hybrids, or ICE cars and trucks and so on, they all need batteries. And that is where our next supplier comes in. They are called Just Electrical Appliances, Company Limited. And a bit of a short one, this, but I think you'll get the idea. Sorry, I'm not making eye contact with the camera. I need to find the file. Yeah, here we go.
Zhejiang Just Electrical Appliances Company Limited has developed as a leading lead-acid battery manufacturer in China. From an initial state-owned enterprise plant in Hangzhou Westlake, it has transformed and established itself as one of the nation's biggest private battery manufacturers. Anytime, anywhere, just with you. If you have any problems, please contact us for more information, and we will offer you best quality and service.
I did say it was short. All right, next up we have HLC metal parts. Now, of course, automotive manufacture requires a lot of very specially shaped bits and pieces of metal, and so you need a fully capable factory to produce those. And that's true not only if you're making a vehicle from scratch, but also if you're in the spare panels or spare bits and pieces a part of the industry. So yeah, let's take a look at HLC. This is going to be, it shows the production line and talks a bit about the machinery they use and what they're capable of making, custom making, the testing and so forth.
With 3D laser cutting machine to produce the prototype, less investment, less risk. Customized jigs for testing that control the quality better and reduce the cost. R&D development with customized design at the beginning. Tooling made in-house. Our professional team would offer feasibility options to choose. Focus on what we could do. Reduce the risk in the bulk production. Customized feeder machine and transmission band. Flexible match and stable production. Very easy to control and fetch up. Testing by customized jig. Mark the place where it needs to make the adjustment. The key dimension could be controlled at the first time. Seat parts, structure parts, internal frame are the main products. Separate parts combined to a car. The car drives the automation. Automation drives the industrial.
Industrial motivate the future.
Quite hypnotic in parts, eh? So yeah, that was the production line and intro to the product testing, design, and making capabilities of HLC metal parts for you. Next up, we go from the I suppose you could say that the very large scale to the micro. We're going to look at Ant Sensor, and they make automotive sensors for various different parts of the vehicle. I'm not going to go into it right now because they're going to show you a bunch of their products in that video and a little bit of a glimpse of the production line as well, if I remember correctly.
For more than 10 years, Rheinland Auto Parts Co., Limited is a leading manufacturer and exporter in Wenzhou, China, specializing in manufacturing and exporting premium OE quality parts for vehicles. Supply auto parts include PDC sensor, ABS sensor, crankshaft and camshaft position sensor, lock sensor, pressure sensor, speed sensor, etc. We understand parts and deliver the OE quality that matches what was originally on the vehicle. The factories we invested and joined have obtained 1S09001/2015 certificates. We supply professional service, prompt reply, timely delivery, excellent quality and best price to our customers. Satisfaction and good credit to every customer is our priority. We focus on every detail of order processing for customers till they have received products with good logistics service and economical cost. Depending on this, our products are sold very well in the countries in North America, South America, Europe. Adhering to their ANT sensor makes driving safer. We sincerely welcome clients from at home and abroad to cooperate with us.
And sensor makes driving safer.
Slightly quick cut off there, but that was ANT sensor. Yeah, as you saw, a variety of internal sensing devices for all kinds of vehicles. And now we come to the last of our 7 promo videos from our suppliers who sent those in, and thanks to all of them, by the way. That's obviously we'd love to have all of you on the live stream, but we do appreciate you taking the time to arrange sending these videos to us, because we are a bit of a hassle sometimes. We send them back and say, oh, we need we need you to redo the files and so on. Yeah, our last one is from a Guangzhou Daisy company. They are specialists in LED lighting of all kinds. Quick warning on this one, for I think for copyright reasons, there's no soundtrack on this video. So you're going to see a silent look at their production facilities, their factory and offices. So yeah, don't try and turn your volume up because you can't hear anything, because then you'll deafen yourself when the sound comes back on. All right, let's take a look at Daisy. There you go. You kind of have to imagine your own pounding electronica soundtrack for that one, but I think you'll have had a good glimpse of what Daisy's factory is all about. So that brings us to the end of these videos. And again, I'm really sorry that we couldn't bring you the live discussion as planned for today. We will rearrange that sometime in the near future. So subscribe to Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn or all 3 to make sure you find out when that happens. I do, before I go, want to quickly plug a different upcoming event that's going to be online and is definitely going to happen. Right? We're locked in on this one for sure. No, you don't know. Let's say 99% sure. So on the 17th of September, we have a Buyer Fireside Chat event. So that's going to be hosted by Megla Balvaj, who is, of course, our expert host and panel convener, much better at it than I am for sure. And her guests, we've got some really amazing guests for this one, are experts in the field of intellectual property law and the ways that you can protect your IP. In fact, that is the title of the panel, Protecting Your IP and Designs When Sourcing. So we have Dan Harris of China Law Blog notoriety, fame. He'll be there kind of talking largely about China. We also have Richard Deer, who is another very experienced IP guy, and he will be talking about the situation around IP in India, although of course I imagine that both of them have expertise that will range far beyond that. So in fact, if you want to get a taste for some of what you might expect, I'm going to plug my own article that I put into the smart sourcing section of globalsources.com yesterday, I think, which is about IP and has some basic info there, but also links to some of the things that I think Dan has written before on the topic. So I think if you want a bit of a grounding, you could go read that. But in the meantime, follow us on social media to get reminders about the IP protection live stream. Again, that's going to be September the 17th at 10 a.m. Hong Kong time. So subtract 12 hours roughly for the 12 hours if you're in, say, New York. So 10 p.m. on the 16th, and then subtract about 8 hours if you're in Europe. So that might be a little early in the morning. If you don't catch it live, you can catch the replay, but of course you won't be able to send in your live comments and questions for the speakers in that case. So time zones, unfortunately, we cannot rearrange, but yeah, definitely tune in for that. That's on the 17th. And then following that, we've got a couple more things I'd like to mention. We have been running and continue to run a series all about sourcing socks and other hosiery. The next one of those is going to be on October the 5th, all about sourcing socks and things from Taiwan. And then on November the 4th, we have innovation in socks, leggings and stockings with more members of the Taiwan Hosiery Manufacturers Association. That is you might not think there's that much to say about socks. You would be wrong. So if that's of any interest to you, if that's roughly within your sourcing penumbra, do tune in for that. So there we go. If you missed anything in those videos that we just showed, wait for the stream to stop, then go back and rewind and watch it again. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry again about the lack of the live panel. These things sometimes do happen, and it was a very last minute thing, and we will do our best to get that discussion to you in the near future, and we'll let you know. Till that time, thank you very much and goodbye.